Hey there, Ned. I just wanted to let you know that Beth's school play is over. I was going to go out and have some lunch with some of the other moms, and then I was going to head home. Is that okay with you?
Oh, well, if you're going to go out for lunch, then I think I might just go out and treat myself to something too.
Oh, really? You know, you could always come and join us if you'd like. I think there are a few husbands tagging along, so it isn't like you'd be the only guy there.
Nah, I think I'm just going to go grab something to eat by myself. Thank you, though.
Well, I just want you to know that Beth did an amazing job. I mean, she really knocked it out of the park. I really wish that you could have been there to see it. She looked amazing.
I know, but I told you right when you said this was happening months ago that I wouldn't be able to make it on that day.
I know. It's just that with all the other families, they had both parents there. And I know that Beth would have liked to see you in the crowd. You know, even after she got off the stage, she asked me why you weren't able to make it to see her.
Okay, well, I don't think there's some kind of rule that says that both parents must go and see these things, right?
I know, but if you were just going to take the day off work and rest around the house, I don't see why you couldn't come.
It's exactly because I have today off that I don't want to go. Don't you know how hard I work at the office? I almost never have any time to myself these days.
You say that, but you don't even show up to any of the events at Beth's preschool. You do know that she really does want to spend more time with you, right? She told me that's why she was rehearsing so much.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say to that, but I've already said my piece, and nothing is going to change that. I just feel like I can never do anything right, and now you're attacking me just for wanting a little shut-eye and to rest. Do you have any idea how unfair you're being?
So you really don't care at all that you're missing all of these important events for your daughter then?
Oh, come on. You think she's even going to remember doing these when she's in middle school or high school?
How can you say that? You have a daughter right now that you hardly ever spend any time with.
Well, it's not my fault that the kid is so ugly. You ever think about the toll that takes on me?
Wait, what? What does the way Beth look have to do with any of this?
Well, she looks just like you. Now, why would I want to go and stare at a kid who looks just like the person that's always nagging me?
Ned, you are just being ridiculous. Do you know that? Beth is adorable. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure that I do. And I'm telling you that she is not adorable at all. And the fact that you're insisting that she is just tells me that you hope I still find you attractive.
Okay, Ned, you really are just taking things way too far right now. Why are we even talking about our daughter like this? I can't believe you right now. I just wanted you to be there a little more for Beth is all.
I'm not being anything except for honest right now. You're the one who's refusing to wake up and face the facts. Why can't you just admit that your daughter isn't cute at all? And I bet she was the ugliest kid up there among all her classmates. You need to stop babying her and lying to her about how cute you think she is.
I am not lying at all when I say that, and I'm shocked that you could even suggest that. Don't ever say anything like that to me again. Do you understand me, Ned? And quit coming up with excuses to avoid being there for our daughter. That's right, Ned. She's not just my kid. She's your kid, too.
Maybe we can go and get some plastic surgery or something so she can get a new face, and then we'll talk.
You're a grown man making fun of how a child, your own child, looks? Do you just have no shame? I mean, really, what is the matter with you right now? Why are you acting like this?
I'm telling you that I'm just being realistic. And the fact of the matter is that our daughter is just objectively not all that cute. She's a very plain leaning towards ugly child. And I'm being serious about the surgery. I really think that our kid needs a new face. How is she ever going to find a job when she grows up? Don't you see that doing that would be for her sake? It would only serve to open doors for her.
Just stop it, Ned. I'm sorry that I even brought it up, but I never want to hear you talk about this again.
Hey Jane, where the heck is my dinner? How long are you going to keep me waiting for my food? Hold on a second. Where are you and Beth? Neither of you are even in the house.
That's right. I'm at my parents' house right now. You can figure out your own dinner.
Ugh, you really are such a pain sometimes. Do you know that? You could have at least told me you were stepping out.
You mean you really have no idea at all why I'm upset with you right now? After all the horrible things you've been saying about people's children?
What are you talking about now? You seriously must have a screw loose or something. I can't deal with you when you're like this.
You remember running into your coworker at the store, right? We were all there, and he said how cute he thought Beth was. Then you look at Beth and said that you always thought she was pretty ugly. And then you laughed and walked away.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. You think I just need to give out fake compliments to people just because someone lies to my face about my daughter?
You didn't have to insult your own kid because of it. That's just rude and disrespectful. How could you do that? Didn't you see how hurt he was that you made that comment about your own daughter?
Hurt? Now you really don't know what you're talking about. If he was hurt, then why didn't he deny it? He just laughed and walked off too.
If you can call that a laugh. But his real emotion was written plain as day on his face. And the only reason he didn't say anything to you is because he probably didn't want to get in trouble later.
And just how would denying something that I said get him into trouble, huh? That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, how about because you're next in line to take over the company you all work for? And that's all thanks to your mom being the current company president. That's why everyone at the office is always walking on eggshells when it comes to you.
Look, I don't know how many times we're going to have to go over this, but we have an ugly daughter, and that's just a fact. So, I laugh it off and I don't let it get me down. But at least I don't live in the fantasy world of denial that you do. You just need to learn to accept the world for the way it is and laugh it off.
Can you please just stop calling our daughter ugly? I really can't believe that I even have to ask this of you. And don't you dare ever say anything like that about our daughter in front of anyone else again. Do you have any idea how much it hurt Beth to hear those words coming out of your mouth? You really upset her.
Come on, Beth is just a kid. She probably had no idea what us grown-ups were even talking about to begin with.
Beth is 5 years old and can understand everything that we say around her. Or haven't you noticed? I guess you didn't though, because you certainly didn't seem to care when Beth broke into tears. She's probably going to carry that moment with her for all of her life now, Ned. What are you going to do to try and fix this?
Calm down. Jeez. What is it? That time of the month for you or something? She's the one that'll just have to accept looking like that for all her life. And the faster she can get over it and move on with her life, the less ammo people will have to use against her in the future. I'm only preparing my daughter for the way that the real world is going to treat her. So what is wrong with that?
You know, I really don't think I've ever met someone so callous and uncaring as you. Even my parents think that what you did was way over the line. You're the only one who really thinks that you're justified in what you said.
I just don't believe that. I bet that everyone really does think that our daughter is ugly, and they're just being too polite to say it to her face.
I really mean what I said. I really don't think I've ever met anyone who is as big of a piece of trash as you are.
Trash? You're calling me trash? I don't need to take that kind of talk from someone like you, you know?
You know what, Ned? If it weren't for the fact that you gave me Beth, I wish we had never been married. Why did you even bother marrying me if all you were going to do was insult our children and me every chance you got?
Oh, I know just what you mean. But when you and I got married, I still had no idea what true beauty was. After all, we only started dating when we were students. But once I got out into the real world, I started to learn what real women were like.
So basically, you're trying to say that you realized I was ugly, so you started checking out other women. Is that it? I just don't know how much more of this horrible insulting I can take anymore. But you had better stop talking about our daughter that way, or I really am going to do something about it.
I really wish that you were prettier, Jane. Then maybe we could have worked this out. But now, even I don't know what I was thinking marrying someone like you. It's obvious to me it was a mistake, though.
Oh, trust me. The feeling is so much more than mutual, you have no idea. But I remember that there was a time where you used to think I was a beautiful because you would say as much. So what happened? What changed for you? I don't get it. Did you meet someone new? Did you fall in love with someone else? What happened to us?
Oh, please. Don't go around trying to play the victim with me now. Can you really blame me for cheating on you when you're so ugly?
Just shut up. Stop talking to me. I don't want to read another message from you or hear your voice. You've been so awful to me, and now I just need to think.
Hey, Jane, hurry up and pick up the phone. I've called like 30 times already.
I'm busy right now, so I can't talk. But what is it? What do you want?
I want a divorce. Yesterday, I realized that I just don't love you anymore. I don't love our child, and I don't want to be with either of you for any longer. I just want you to take our ugly child and get out of my life.
Oh, that's just fine for me. If this is the way that you're going to be, I have no problem kicking you out of my life either, son.
Son? What are you talking about? Was that a typo or something? Are you trying to talk gangster or something? What was that?
You're really a moron. Do you know that, Ned? I suppose not, but I also know that you're much worse than just a moron. I mean, do you have the gall to insult my granddaughter to her face and in front of people? What is the matter with you? You're her father. You should know better than to treat my poor little grandbaby that way.
Hold on a second. Mom? Is that you? Why are you with Jane right now? What's going on? I thought you said that you had some kind of meeting to go to.
That's right. I did have a meeting at a restaurant near your house. Jane reached out to me and asked if I could come over. And when I did, she expressed to me that she was thinking of leaving you. When I asked her why, she told me all about the horrible things that you were saying about your daughter and her. Honestly, what is wrong with you? How are either of those ladies ugly?
And what is wrong with calling things how I see them, huh? I should have to censor myself to make everyone else happy?
I must have done a really poor job of raising you if you think that saying everything in your head is a good idea. And I know all about you've been looking at other women. But it's worse than that. You've even been having an affair with somebody from the office, haven't you?
Mom, seriously, what are you even talking about right now? I'm not having any affair. That's just ridiculous.
Don't you play dumb with me, son. I didn't know about this myself until I heard it through the company rumor mill. And when I asked HR to try and discreetly look into it, they confirmed exactly what I had feared.
Hold on a second. You had HR look into what I was doing at the office? Why would you do that? Why are you trying to get dirt on me?
I'm not getting dirt on you, but Jane expressed that she was worried you might have been cheating as well. So it was a good thing I had the investigation open when I did. I didn't like what I found out, but at least I was able to confirm Jane's suspicions for her. But what she didn't know was the other woman you've been cheating on her with was married. Oh, really?
Hold on a second. You mean that you're just basing all of this off of some rumors that you heard around the company? You can't just believe all that you hear, Mom.
Well, then maybe I should just visit this woman at her home and talk to her myself.
You're gonna go and start harassing employees over this kind of stuff now? What's the matter with you, Mom? What are you thinking? It's all lies. Someone is trying to set me up. I'm telling you, I didn't do anything wrong.
I really just wish that I could take your word for that, Ned. But like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if I can really confirm everything that's going on with you, then you're gonna be very severely punished.
Well, there's no way that anyone is gonna admit to sleeping with me because it's all lies. I didn't do anything.
I see. So you're pretty confident that you've convinced this girl to keep your little secret then. I guess that just means I have to get creative with how I get the truth out of her. I don't care how hard you've tried to hide the truth from everyone. The fact is that you lied, and there's a way to make the truth come out. You won't get away with this.
So then what are you gonna do? Torture some poor woman just because of an office rumor that HR might have said is probably true? I can already see the headlines now about how abusive the company president is to the poor staff. It really is such a shame.
The only thing that's shameful here is you. What are you thinking, sleeping with a married woman? I really just don't know where I went wrong with you, Ned. But if this is the way that you're gonna act, then I don't consider you my son anymore. I'm disinheriting you and you're fired.
Hold on just a second there. What do you mean that I'm fired? You can't do that to me. I'm in line to take over after you. I'm supposed to be the next company president.
What are you talking about, Ned? Did you really think that just because you're my son that you were going to take over after me? Do you really think that I haven't been keeping tabs on you? Following progress reports your supervisors filed about you? I know all about how little work you do. Are you forgetting that this is my company? That means I get to choose who leads it after I step down, and it certainly isn't going to be you.
So then, you're really just gonna fire me? Your son? You're just gonna kick me to the curb like that?
And why shouldn't I, when it's clear that you've just been coasting on my coattails and costing my company a full-time salary when you hardly even work? When I took over this company after your father died, he told me to do what was best for the company and not let my personal feelings get in the way of how I manage it.
Well then, what about all that you were saying about housing this poor lady down and trying to get some kind of confession out of her? Why are you doing this? Why are you so set on ruining my life like this?
I'm not ruining your life, but I'm not gonna let you hide behind the fact that I'm your mother anymore. Do you understand?
Hey, quit ignoring me and answer me right now. I'm serious, Jane. You are in so much trouble.
Trouble? Oh, please. The only one in trouble in here is you, and you know it.
Well, is it true? Was the husband really home when you and Mom showed up at the house?
You mean the house of the woman that you were having an affair with? Yes, her husband was home, if you must know.
So, what happened? Was she there too? What did everyone say? What happened?
I take it you're wondering if she confessed to the affair that the two of you were having with each other.
Just tell me what was said right now. I have a right to know, and you shouldn't be hiding this from me.
Well, after your mom handed over all the evidence that she had been gathering, as well as what HR had collected, the confession really didn't take long. She even told us about how while we were on our way, you were texting her and warning her not to say a word to either of us. She even showed us a text of you saying all that.
But is that why she wasn't responding to me? How did this happen? It wasn't supposed to go like this.
Well, it has. And now the two of you are going to have to pay me as well as this woman's husband for your affair. Then, you and I are going to get a divorce, and I'll take Beth. I don't know how you'll afford to pay child support after you've been fired by your mom, though. You've actually both been fired.
She even fired her too. I don't believe it. How did it all come to this?
And of course you know that you've been disinherited, so don't think that your family's money is going to get you out of all this trouble either. Although, you might like to know that your mom did offer to give me financial support.
Hold on a second. My mom offered to give you money, but not me? After she fired me?
That's right. You love to see it, don't you?
But why? Why would she do this? Why would she choose you over her own son?
Maybe it's because, unlike you, your mom actually has a sense of responsibility and knows the meaning of family. She wants to be able to provide for her granddaughter, your daughter, in ways that you never even tried to.
But that's not fair. How could she do this to me? I don't understand it. Doesn't she know that I'm her only son?
Don't cry about it to me. This was your mom's idea, so you can go and talk about it to her.
This is all your fault. You were the one that told my mom you thought I was having an affair. You were the one that put that idea into her head to do this to me. How can you both betray me like this?
Weren't you reading your mom's messages at all? She was already hearing rumors around the office that you were sleeping with someone before I even told her. She was the one that came over and told me she thought she knew who it might be. You did this to yourself, and it's high time that you accept responsibility for your actions. So accept what's happening and do something to act like an adult for once. After that, I heard that Ned and his lady friend didn't remain a couple and broke up in the fallout of the truth coming to light. So Ned was left with no one to love, no family, no job, and no money. Not only that, but his mom made sure to let other companies know why her son was let go, and he was unable to secure another job. When he finally did manage to find another job, it was only a matter of months until he was fired again for sexually harassing some of the female employees and bullying the others by calling them ugly. I guess he still hadn't learned his lesson. As for me, I took all the money from the lawsuit and the divorce and Ned's mom and moved Beth and I to a nice part of town to be farther away from Ned. It wasn't easy getting over what I'd been through, but I was already looking for a way out. I guess I was just lucky that the truth came out when it did so that I could see Ned punished for his lies.